Hello Pisces, welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Pisces for the next 3 months. So this will be from the periods between October, November, and December. This would be quarter 4 or Q4 if you are a business person. Looks like we've got some cards here coming out. Do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. All right. Let's go and see what we have here for you, Pisces. Now I'm using the Gilded Tarot, the Kipper Oracle deck, as well as the Prism Oracle deck. There are links to all of these decks in the description below if you'd like to pick them up for yourself. Please do hit that like button and subscribe, as it really does help my channel grow in a big way. All right. Make sure we're all set up and in view here, and then we'll get right into it. Okay. All right. Let's go and take some of these oracle cards. 1, 2, 3, and then we'll also take a couple of these Kipper cards. Okay. I think that's just about good enough to me. So you have the Tower here on the bottom of the deck. Now, let me take a moment here because the Tower is connected to the planet Mars. Okay, so Mars is the star of the show. If you ask me, that we have this Mars transit here that's happening in October. So Mars goes retrograde in October. Mars in Gemini goes retrograde in October. This is a period of time, and Mars will be in Gemini until March, okay? So Mars is associated with war, destruction, anger. Also on a more positive side, physicality, sex drive, action, stuff like that. Fitness, all of that sort of energy. But I'm just throwing this out here. It's been coming in for everybody in the collective. If you can avoid an argument, I would do that. Now, obviously, we can't always avoid arguments in life. I mean, sometimes we just have to say what we need to say, but be very, very, very careful between now and the end of the year, burning bridges, okay? Be very careful about the way that you interact with, or the way that you handle arguments, I would say. Like, if you can, I know, like, in the heat of the moment, things are said and whatever, but it truly is a period of time right now where you could say something that you just can't take back. And so I don't say this to scare you, but astrologically, that is showing up here. The Tower, really though, from a tarot perspective, since we're like moving away from the astrology, from a tarot perspective, the Tower does collapse something. It does bring something to an end, but it brings a shakeup. And the thing is, shakeups are not always bad. Shakeups are sometimes necessary in our lives. It can be like a redirection, if you will. And the truth is that the Tower always leads to the star. The Tower always leads to a positive outcome eventually. And so it's really like, are you a glass half full or are you a glass half empty type of person when you look at the Tower card? Let's unpack what this might mean for you here. Oops, sorry for bumping the camera, Pisces. Let's unpack what this might mean for you. So in the current situation, you do have the Knight of Wands. Could be connected to a move. Okay, some of you could be moving somewhere here with the Knight of Wands. What I will say is, like, sometimes a move is really nice in life. Like, I did this big move when I was like in 2020, and I actually just moved this year as well. And I've always learned something, and it's always been like a very healthy thing for me to do. I've moved around quite a bit in my life, and if you feel inspired to a certain place or a certain location, even if people don't understand, do what you feel guided to do. On a different level, the Knight of Wands is a card of spontaneity. You'll have to be quick on your feet, I think, here in the next 3 months, maybe as it pertains to one situation, but I think it would be very good for you to be flexible. Yeah, be flexible here. And listen, I'm one of these people that doesn't always let things go, but it might be a really good time for you to let some things go. Like, if they're like in arguments, like if someone says something to you and their intention is pure, but they say something that bothers you, try to let it go, is also what I'm going to say with the fire energy, the Mars energy. take with that what you will. In the problem position, you do have the Queen of Pentacles. You do have a problem with an earth sign here showing up potentially. This could be, this could also be someone connected to finances, such as real estate, banking, accounting, anything like that. This could also be something connected to your ability to handle your finances. But I actually just feel like, because this person's very good at dealing with finances, this person's very good at budgeting, planning, preparing, being practical, being rooted, but it's in the problem position. It's more likely that this is connected to a person, such as an earth sign or somebody who has earth-like qualities. Now, in the past here, you have the Empress card. So the Empress does connect to Venus here. As you see the Venus sign, at the time of this recording, my apologies, I'm not in grad school here. At the time of this recording, Venus is moving into Libra. Venus is moving into Libra here. And so, I don't know, I felt guided to say that to you. But on a different level, so if you know your time of birth and you have your natal chart, check where Venus is transiting for you. You might check what the house is. You might get some messages there. On another level, the Empress, and more importantly, that, by the way, it's 444. There's like a big, okay, there's like a, I just got a massive ear pop as I said 444. There's like a lot going on right now as I'm reading this. I just feel like there's like a lot going on with the energy. I don't know if you can tell, but like there's a lot here. And I got a massive download, ear pop, that came into my head as I said it's 444. So for me, the number 444 is a number of protection, and it's a number of, your guides being with you. So try not to allow readings like this to scare you. When you have something like the Tower on the bottom, just recognize that, yeah, there might be surprises, there might be twists and turns, but know that as long as you're doing the best that you can, you're protecting yourself and your guides are also protecting you. And even when you slip up, right, like you're human, even when you slip up, you have protection. The Empress is a major energy of abundance. It is also the mother archetype. Something may be connected to the mother here in the past, Venus in some ways as well. Yeah. There's a lot going on energetically as I'm reading this. I just feel it's like an interesting energy that I'm feeling here. In the future, you have the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is all about victory, success, taking a victory lap. It's a very good card. You can see this person's taking a victory lap. They're being cheered on by other people. It is the second win in the Suit of Wands. And it says that you have triumphed over the difficulty and the challenge and the struggle of the Five of Wands, and you are on top. You're on top. So in the future, you do have a victory here, okay? It might be a hard-fought battle, but you have a victory here in the future. I need to stress to you, I'm not sure what this ear pop was that came into my mind. If you don't know what that is, I get these just, like as soon as I looked at 444 and I said it, there was something in my ear that rang. And this has happened to me as I became like a reader in my life. This has started happening to me in like 2018, 2019. I don't know why, but yeah, I would say if you felt something when I said 444, there might be a sign for you there. There might be something for you there when I said 444. If there was something that you thought about, there might be something there for you. In your conscious awareness, on your thoughts or on your mind, you have the Five of Swords. So the Five of Swords is about some sort of defeat or loss in your life. But the thing about the Five of Swords is this person here is, they might be waving their flag here, and they might be down, but they're not out. You can see the sun rays coming out of them. So this card makes you stronger. This card makes you battle hardened. Okay, this card makes you stronger in life. And the reality is that we need to go through trials and tribulations. It's part of the experience that we signed up for as humans to have here on planet Earth. It is what it is. The Five of Swords in the upper row can say that you're thinking, because the upper row is your mind, you're thinking about loss. And thoughts are not real. I mean, thoughts are a part of you and the reality that you're having, but thoughts don't always translate to reality. They don't always translate to reality and what's actually happening. So if you feel like over the next 3 months here that you find yourself in the mode of excessive thinking, just try to be mindful of that. You might want to do a mindfulness practice. Now you have this strength card here. The strength card is Leo energy. It is all about having willpower, having the courage to move ahead, having the courage to move forward. Strength card says that you are a strong person, that you can overcome any obstacle that may be placed on your path or put in your way here. And to always remember that you have been successful before, which means you can be successful a million more times. And when you get this strength card, especially in the lower row, it says, for some of you, there might be a surprise here. There might be an upheaval or a shock or something like this here, or a redirection. But with this strength card, I do feel that you're protected in this period of time here for yourself. In the staff, in the direction that you are headed, in your current influence, the way that you are influencing this situation, I love it. You have this Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is the spark of life. It's sparks flying, good things happening, good times, good vibes, good energy. This is you physically getting started on something. Some of you might be starting an exercise routine with the Mars energy here. Maybe eating healthier or something like this. I don't know. But this is more about business. Like this is more about like starting an enterprise, starting a business. It's like really getting fired up about this. Side hustles. And it might actually quite literally mean that you keep the job that you have now while you kind of plant some other seeds on the side when you get the Ace of Wands. So you definitely love to see this card. Now, in the external influence, you do have the Seven of Cups. There are many choices, many people, many options, many roads ahead for you here in your life in the external situation with this Seven of Cups. Some of you may feel a little bit confused by something, or you may feel a little bit confused about the way that something's happening here outside of you. I think it's probably connected to this Queen of Pentacles and maybe this, oops, sorry, we're bumping the camera, and this Tower card here. Gosh, the energy in this reading is chaotic. It started off chaotic when I was shuffling. Again, really, the point here is not to scare you, but there's a little bit of chaos over the next 3 months. And just recognize again, and I truly feel this, you can handle the chaos. You can do it. You've done it before, you can do it again. Okay, don't play small, because you can do this. In the hopes and fears, you do have the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles delivers results. This person's on the chariot, or not on their chariot, they're on their horse, and they're saying, here's your pentacle. Like, here are your results. You've worked hard for this. You've put in a lot of energy. You've put in a lot of effort to something. You're a dependable person. You're a hardworking person. You're reliable, and here is your reward. Thank you for being that type of person. That is the Knight of Pentacles energy. It can bring about a financial event or the arrival of some sort of financial event into your life, but that is the idea here with this Knight of Pentacles. So for some, it's in your hopes and fears. Some of you are hoping for results here. The thing is, in the outcome, you do have this Nine of Swords, which says that maybe for some of you, you're like really focused on the results, and to the point where it's becoming fear, because this is a card of fear. This is, for me, the mental health card when you get the Nine of Swords. And this can say that, some of you are fearful that the results are not coming in, or you're fearful of something not coming in, or you're fearful around starting here with the Ace of Wands. But now is as a good a time as ever to really just go for something in your life, and just no looking back. I get the sense that somebody also needs to hear this, because remember, in the future you do have this victory, okay? And yeah. Let's go ahead and let's take a look at what is going on here in the tarot cards to clarify. Okay, so you have the Knight of Cups, you have the Page of Swords, and you do have the Six of Swords here. Could be a connection with an air sign showing up here for you. This person might be a little younger than you, and if their age is not younger than you, their energy might be younger, meaning they might be a little bit more immature than you or something like that here. It doesn't mean that there's no connection between the two of you, but yeah, there might be something connected to an air sign here. You do have this Six of Swords, which represents a transition away from something that wasn't working. So it is possible that there's like an update in a relationship here that's happening for you with this Six of Swords, Page of Swords. There's this interesting Queen of Pentacles here in the problem position showing up here, Pisces. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at these Kipper cards. Okay, you've got Mature Woman, Sudden Wealth, and Imprisonment. Yeah, so this Mature Woman is the Queen of Pentacles, for sure. You're looking for results, like immediate results. Expectation, yeah, look, there's the expectation card. You have an unhealthy expectation about results. I'm gonna shoot it to you straight here, Pisces. You have an unhealthy expectation connected to results. You're spending a lot of time on results in this next 3 months. And here's the thing, maybe this will help you. If you're doing all that you can do, and you can honestly say to yourself, not me, not anybody else, but you can honestly say to yourself that you're doing the best you can, what else is there to do other than to allow the results to happen? You have pain, fear, and sweetness. All right, here's what there's like a big message of fear here, okay? I told you with the Nine of Swords, fear around results. You've had past pain here connected to somebody, I think, maybe this Queen of Pentacles. And what you really want to do is connect to the sweetness of life with this sweetness card, which is to say, do something that you actually like doing in the next 3 months. Like, I'm not saying quit your job and just do sweet things, but what I'm saying is like, okay, what do you do after work? Okay, you have kids, can you integrate what you like to do into what your kids like to do? Or, like, you need to do something fun here. Like, you need to do something, yeah. Be careful about anger, because this has been coming in for everybody. Mars is the planet that's associated with anger. Mars is retrograde, okay? The Strength card, for all of its benefits, is a card of outbursts. Just saying, like, there is somebody here who is like challenging you, or in the past has challenged you. Hold off on anger, okay? Like, or I don't know, it's like you're human, right? Like, everybody's going to have anger. Like, it's part of being human. Like, it's not possible to not feel anger. But it's like, how do you process it? How do you deal with it? How do you express it? And like, do you have tools to work through that for you? So you got this. This is what I have for you. Thank you so much for being here, Pisces. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. Really appreciate you. I'll see you in the next reading.